Hey, it is so great to finally meet you. My name's Ashley, and you know what? I have been wanting to do this for literally years, at least 5 years. I've been wanting to make videos like YouTube videos, but I always was too busy, or there was some other type of excuse I would come up with. Back then, I really wanted to make makeup tutorials and stuff like that. But recently, I've had this new desire to make videos on life, love, maybe health. Basically, videos on how to live your best life and how to be the best version of yourself. Yet even today, literally today, I still come up with excuses for myself as to why I can't achieve this. Like, I'm not good enough, I don't have a good enough camera, maybe I don't know enough. There's better people out there that people would rather listen to. Why would people want to listen to me? Whatever. You know, and that's what I realized. I can always come up with excuses as to why I shouldn't start something. And that's what today's topic is all about. Starting is the hardest part, but it is the most important too. Think about it this way. Think about books with several editions. Do you think an author should just rather wait years and years and just publish one book? Or should they publish sooner than later and then make several editions as they learn new information and they want to make updates and new editions? I think it's better for them to do it sooner than later, because if you don't do it sooner, then often, sadly, it's never done because it's never good enough. And honestly, you cannot reach perfection. You cannot know everything. So why bother waiting? Because none of us, nobody knows everything. So it is better to produce something imperfect or perhaps incomplete than to never do anything. Because even if it's maybe you don't like it 100%, you can always, revise it or edit it or whatever, or produce another version or whatever. But just do it. That is the hardest thing to do, is to just do something. But once you've done that, then that is the greatest accomplishment ever. And you should be so proud of yourself. And it does not matter if it's not perfect, because what is perfect anyways? It is just in your mind. And do not let that bother you. Now, there may be people that judge, and they will say, oh God, this is imperfect, this is trash, this is terrible. But don't be too afraid of criticism, because criticism is really only usually one of two things. It's either helpful or it's totally irrelevant and therefore should just be ignored. People sometimes just want to bring you down and make you feel bad about yourself, to make you feel not good enough, because they usually are self-conscious and they usually are the people who never produce anything. So even if your work isn't absolutely great, at least you did something, right? And, by the way, if you actually receive criticism, then I congratulate you, because that means that you actually produced something to criticize, okay? So, starting is the hardest part, but before we start, we don't even have any criticism to make us feel bad. So where does that come from? It's just in our minds. It is the anticipation of criticism that paralyzes us and prevents us from starting. So we must remember that is in our minds, and that often we are our worst enemy. But we mustn't be. Instead, we must be our best friend, our top supporter. Because people don't always have your back. And if there's no one around you to support you, at least support yourself. Be there for yourself. Because you only really need one supporter to be successful. So be there for yourself. Thanks so much for listening today, and I finally made this video, which is super great. And so if I started something and I managed to do this today, I know you can too. So get started on whatever it is that you're putting off. Okay? Good luck, and let me know how it goes. See ya.